Hello and welcome to Budweiser Gardens for this National Basketball League of Canada game between the visiting Orangeville A's and the hometown London Lightning. My name is Marty Thompson, and as always, I'm joined by Chris Croucher. Chris, first off, we're back. Second, we're back with a very important matchup, a matchup that could have playoff implications as well.
Well, not just playoff implications, but there's also the fact that these two teams just played. So we got a little bit of a preview in their last game on Wednesday, of course, between the A's and the London Lightning. And the A's came out on top in that one, and it was a very, very messy game for the London Lightning. So this is going to be interesting. Are the A's maybe their kryptonite? Or does London have an answer going into this game that maybe they can solve something and show something in tonight's game that they're ready for the Orangeville A's if the playoffs come around, and that's how things break?
London 6-1 against the Orangeville A's. Orangeville getting that one win, as you said, on Wednesday. You mentioned it was a scrappy game. First half was a little rough. Second half came around a bit, but again, a very scrappy affair between these two teams.
Well, one of the issues that I think both teams had was shooting, period. The ball was just not sinking, but especially for London, one of the things that they're going to have to fix going into tonight's game is they're going to have to look at their free throw situation, because it was pretty brutal in that last game. As a team, they shot 46%, and as a professional basketball league, that's a very low number. So one of the things the London Lightning going to have to work on their free throws. I also think they fell in love with the three-point shot a bit too much. They only shot 17% from three-point land, but by golly, they tried, because they shot 40 of them, despite the fact that the actual completions on those shots was in the single digits. So I think London's really going to have to work on their shooting if they're going to have any sort of success against the Orangeville A's tonight.
Akeem Scott had his home debut on Wednesday. He'll be in the lineup again tonight. A big acquisition for the London Lightning.
And one of the few guys who actually shot the ball pretty well for London. He had 19 points in his second game as a member of the London Lightning, and he did a very good job. He led the team in points and assists, 6 assists. And he's a distributor. He's kind of the general that they've been looking for really all year. They tried it with Jeremy Wise. It didn't work out. They've had Nick O'Corey and Tyshawn Patterson, who are more scorers. Now they have a guy who can actually distribute the ball a bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how Scott fits in and the kind of role that he plays, because it's something the Lightning haven't really been able to play with all year.
Very quickly, Flenard Whitfield back in the lineup for Orangeville tonight. That's a big change for the Orangeville A's for sure.
Well, one of Whitfield's big contributions to the Orangeville A's is the fact that he's athletic. And when you're playing against Stephen Maxwell, who's been outstanding, you need that athlete who can actually match Maxwell's athleticism and play defense. So him and Moss have a very big task tonight. They did an all right job against London in their last matchup. They're going to have to show up again tonight.
Absolutely. Here we are at Budweiser Gardens, the national anthem just moments away. We're going to get to that right now. We'll be back with the game after this.
Friends and former players, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we would ask that you please rise as we observe a moment of silence in honor of Mr. Bill Corley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we would ask that you please remain standing and remove your hats for the singing of the Canadian National Anthem, to be performed by students from St. Jude Catholic School.
And we're back here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth here for this live stream. London versus Orangeville. Orangeville snapped their 7-game losing streak on Wednesday when they beat the London Lightning here. And it was another fantastic performance from Justin Moss as well, up again above 20 points as per usual. He's averaging around 21 points per game and 9 rebounds per game.
Well, he had 32 in this game against London on Wednesday, and he had a very, very good game on the boards too, 18 rebounds. But I think the most important one, especially coming into this game against the London Lightning, is going to be the fact that he got to the free throw line for 16 shots. And taking that many trips and forcing London's big men to take that many fouls can have nothing but a good impact on this team. And we look at some of the guys who ended up fouling out. Tyshawn Patterson fouled out. And then you had Akeem Scott also foul out. So, or pardon me, it was Akeem Wright, not Tyshawn Patterson, that fouled out last game. So you've got, that just shows you what his impact can be, because Akeem Scott is the starting point guard and Akeem Wright is a starting forward. And if you can take them both out of the lineup with cheap fouls and force the fact that London can't really necessarily play discipline because there's 2 big guys in the post for Orangeville, so they kind of have no choice but to play physical. So if you can get those fouls while playing physical, it gives London a lot of fits, especially guys like Maxwell, who they need in the lineup. They haven't really been the same team when he's out of the lineup.
100%, and especially as we get closer to the playoffs, this is really just all about matchups, Chris. When you see how the Orangeville A's match up against the London Lightning moving forward, yes, they lost 6 straight games to the Lightning to start this season, but how do you see these teams matching up, when likely, well, maybe not likely, but it's definitely possible that they meet in the first round of the playoffs?
Well, it could be a battle of the backcourts. You've got Lewis Jackson at point guard for the Orangeville A's and Akeem Scott for the London Lightning. Those are both smaller, but very, very quick point guards, and they can run with the best of them. So it'll be interesting to see how those guys match up against each other, because they're also not the biggest guys. So does one team try maybe putting out a big guard there, try and give one of the smaller guys fits, or do they just try and let Akeem Scott and Lewis Jackson outrun each other?
100%. Here we are at Budweiser Gardens, London and Orangeville. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth for this one. Again, we'll be happy to once again provide a live stream for you guys. And here are the Orangeville A's starting lineup. It's Brooks, Cheek, Ben, Moss, and Watson. So that would be Tyrone Watson, Justin Moss, along with Daquan Brooks, Dominic Cheek, and finally, again, Bilal Ben. Again, another larger lineup, and this team really does have quite a bit of height with Daquan Cooks and Lewis Jackson coming in at around 5'10". Other than that, everyone's above average in terms of their position.
Well, especially in the front court with Moss and Whitfield, they're only 6'7", but they're very bulky, and they're able to kind of bully their way down low and get themselves some space. So those two, again, major keys for this Orangeville A's team. And they've got the size that they can actually compete with London. London might want to look at Nick Evans and giving him some minutes, because there isn't really that 6'11", 7-foot guy on the Orangeville A's that can really hurt you. So if I'm London, I'm giving Nick Evans a healthy helping of minutes tonight.
Well, and I mean, you're looking at Justin Moss to match up from there. And as much as Justin Moss has been a very effective offensive player, I mean, when his defense comes, it'd be hard for sure to handle a bigger guy, especially like Nick Evans.
And Justin Moss, as great an offensive player as he is, he does have some issues on the defensive end that London's going to look to take advantage of. And one of the ways to do that, not just in terms of trying to score on Justin Moss, but simply having a guy like Nick Evans there to tire him out and maybe even draw some fouls and force him out of the game early. That's kind of the impact that having that size advantage can have, not just on the scoreboard, but also on the flow of the game.
2 other games happening in the NBLC tonight. Windsor and Niagara playing out at the Meridian Center right now. The Express have a 9-4 lead there. Also, Moncton and St. John battling in the Battle of New Brunswick. The Millrats have a 52-51 lead, a minute 27 left in the second frame. And those are 2 other possible first-round matchups, Chris. And while we look at the standings here very briefly, you're looking at an Orangeville A's team 10-22. They're a couple games behind Niagara. I believe around 3 games behind Niagara. Niagara's 5 games behind Windsor. Each team has somewhere around 8 games left or so. Windsor could catch London, but it's going to be really hard for Orangeville to catch a now surging Niagara side.
Yeah, especially with the way Gros-Lacolle has come into Niagara and really revamped that entire team. They've been playing outstanding basketball and been one of the best teams in the league since he took over. So that complete 180 in Niagara, just really messing with the entire Central Conference there. So it'll be interesting if Niagara and Windsor are going to face off in the playoffs. Tonight could be a preview. And Windsor, they're another team that's surging. They played about 500 basketball until around a month ago when they really kicked into high gear. Pardon me, it was actually more than a month ago. It was when Bill Jones came back. When Bill Jones came back, he really kicked that team to a second gear. And they've reached another level right now. And I think they're more of a threat to the London Lightning at the top of the conference than anyone really suspects right now. Windsor, a team who I certainly wouldn't want to face in the playoffs, considering their experience last year as well. So it'll be interesting coming into not only the Windsor-Niagara matchup, but tonight's matchup. We could be getting a preview of how things are going to shake out for the rest of the season.
Well, you look at even the month of March in the Central Division, you have the Niagara A's going 7-2, the London Lightning going just 2 for 4, only 2 wins to their name. Speaking of the London Lightning, we are just getting their starting lineup right now. It's Akeem Scott, Warren Ward, Stephen Maxwell, Akeem Wright, and Ryan Anderson.
So looking at that lineup right there, Ryan Anderson has been one of the better players for the London Lightning of late. And him and Warren Ward being in there together, along with Akeem Wright, that's 3 guys who are going to be looking to shoot the 3 ball. So look forward to those guys trying to light it up from beyond the arc. However, that was one of the things that cost the London Lightning in their game on Wednesday. Again, they were only able to shoot 17% from three-point land, but they still took 40 shots, which is a lot of three-pointers to take and then miss. So for London tonight, either go away from the 3 ball, but I don't think they're going to. I think their identity is the 3 ball, so they're going to have to start making those shots. Because if you take away their 3 ball, it gets rid of Maxwell's space to operate down low in the post, because the 3 ball is what spaces the entire offensive end. So if you aren't able to make those shots, they can all of a sudden bring in as many defenders as they want, providing help defense against Maxwell. So you got to have that shot sinking if you're the London Lightning, because if you don't, it takes away not just your 3-point shot, but your interior options as well. You're kind of left with nothing. So London's going to have to make sure they make those shots.
Going back to Stephen Maxwell, it's incredible how he's been able to keep pace with how he started the season. Everyone kind of thought, oh, he'll fade away. He has averaged 19 points per game and 12 rebounds per game pretty much since the very first game, and it just it definitely says a lot for sure about Stephen Maxwell.
Well, he's absolutely fantastic, and he does so much for this London Lightning ball club. If their whole thing, their identity is the 3-point shot, you have to think about the fact that 3-point shots are hard to make. So when you get those misses, how are you going to get the ball back? And that's what Stephen Maxwell provides. He leads the league in offensive and defensive rebounding. He provides London so many second chances that they otherwise wouldn't have when he's out of the lineup. So that's why Maxwell, again, another one who's absolutely crucial to the London Lightning's success, and that's why you want to be able to space the floor out so that you can give him room to operate and dominate on the boards.
London versus Orangeville here at Budweiser Gardens. The London Lightning will be on their home white strip as you see them heading along the first row there, shaking hands. They're just getting ready here for the tip-off at Budweiser Gardens. London in white, Orangeville in red. The 10-22 Orangeville A's on a 2-game win streak. They beat the Island Storm last night by a score of 128 to 124. Again, with that 103-91 win over the London Lightning. We'll see what the A's can do. Justin Moss and Stephen Maxwell on the tip-off, and it will be London collecting the ball here. Akeem Wright hands it off to Akeem Scott, and again, we are underway here at Budweiser Gardens. Ball is taken up there. Maxwell has it down low, misses the drain, and it will be collected by the A's.
Nice little touch pass there by Akeem Scott, just able to lob it into Maxwell. It's not often we see Maxwell fail to convert on those opportunities, though.
See Dominic Cheek getting his first touches. It's back here to Daquan Brooks. Hands it off. This is Tyrone Watson. He gets the ball back. Matches up against Akeem Wright here. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to hand it off. A deep 3 from Daquan Brooks is no good. And it is collected here by Warren Ward, the first rebound for the London Lightning in this game. Ward moves it down. Nice little dribble there, top of the key, fade, and he will miss that one, collected by Brooks once again.
Very poor choice of shot, very early in the shot clock, and there was no one under the cylinder to get the rebound and off chance that he did miss.
Orangeville with possession here. Here comes a three from Bilal Ben, and it's good for, my apologies, just 2 points there for the first 2 points of the game. Tim Scott moving it across. As we mentioned, the recent acquisition, just 2 games with the London Lightning under his belt, and the former A himself back last year with Brampton. To see right contested, it's no good. Watson will collect the ball after contesting that shot. Here comes Bilal Ben on the run. Hands it off. Corner 3 is no good there in the corner from Dominic Cheek. Ball falls out of play. London Lightning crowd still on their feet, awaiting the first London Lightning score.
Almost caused a collision there, too. Luckily, the woman in the front row was on her feet, able to make a quick dodge of Stephen Maxwell flying towards her. That would have been a nasty impact.
And a bit of a defensive lapse there, my apologies, offensive lapse. Backcourt violation, London will get possession. You saw Daquan Brooks reaching for that ball, just couldn't quite get it, just at center court there. Hakeem Wright getting set on the inbound on the far side. 10:31 on the clock here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. Hakeem Scott with it. Looking for London's first score of the game. This is Wright. That's for 3. Tyrone Watson in his face. He'll miss that one. It's collected here by Bilal Ben, who will move it down the court for the A's. Ben stops at the top of the key. Looks around, shimmies to the right side. Now it's going to be moved down low here to Dominic Cheek. My apologies, just on this near side. Taken by Brooks. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Brooks finds a little bit of space over here. This takes it on the far side. Shot is contested from Brooks, and it's no good. Collected here by Stephen Maxwell. We're 2 minutes into this game. London's still looking for their first score. Scott takes it in. No good. The ball will fall out. No, it'll be collected here by the A's. Quick pass off to Watson. It's tipped there by Stephen Maxwell. Orangeville will have possession on the inbound.
Looks like the refs are going to talk about it, though. I'm not sure if Warren Ward actually touched that.
They're deciding that, in fact, he did. As far as Maxwell stretching out that 6-7 frame to get that one, just to tip it off. 20 seconds on the shot clock as the A's begin their offense. Ben hands it off. This is Watson. Really easy on the baseline, 4-0.
Watson, kind of a sneaky player when he's in the post. He likes to go to the back door there and just kind of gets lost in the offensive zone, and all of a sudden the ball finds him in a scoring position. Warren Ward, though, huge 3. He's going to get the London Lightning fans back in their seats, which is kind of the opposite of a three-pointer, but it's a weird situation right now.
Daquan Brooks with possession. He fires at a pass there. Justin Moss with it, but that will be traveling. So London getting set to inbound. They're down by a point, 4-3, 9:14 on the clock. You look back to that game on Wednesday here, Chris, and how scrappy that first half was. I think it ended something. The first quarter ended something, 17-15 or something similar to that. It was very low scoring, to say the least.
And both these teams, they've usually been built towards their offense. Of course, neither are slouches on the defensive end. But London especially has been a team that really likes to fill the bucket. And just didn't happen for either team in the first quarter of Wednesday's game.
Warren Ward, he's got London's only points. Another nice dribble from him. Hands it off to Stephen Maxwell, who will finish.
Well, Maxwell was itching to get a basket after he missed that opening opportunity. He just didn't get another shot that time. Able to convert.
Orangeville with possession. This is Bilal Ben up top. He's going to move it down low. Finds a lane. Very crafty play there from number 12 in red. London ball it looks like the ball fell out off of Tyrone Watson's hands. 8:43 left in this first quarter. Here come the London Lightning in the form of Hakeem Scott.
And of course, the coach of the Orangeville A's already in the ref's face. If you recall, a couple games ago, it was the Orangeville coach and Kyle Julius, the London coach, who were kind of getting after each other a bit on the sidelines. It was much tamer on Wednesday, but both coaches known to get a little bit heated. So keep an eye on that as the game continues.
Of course, Chris Thomas coaching this Orangeville A's side, brought in. He was a former member of the Golden State Warriors Association, or the organization, rather, I should say.
They're an all right team.
They're okay. They're okay, to say the least. Daquan Brooks with possession here for the A's. Here's Ben. Ryan Anderson trying to match up against him. Ooh, a little bit of a mismatch there, and it's taken here by the London Lightning off of the rebound. Akeem Scott finds a bit of space here, hands it off. This is Ward. Similar play to the one where he scored on earlier, but he's going to take it down low instead. Good defense, rather, from the A's. Ward will strip the ball off of Daquan Brooks. Inbound coming here for the A's. And it's like it's a cross coming in from Dominic Cheek. He'll hand it off to Daquan Brooks. 8 minutes to go. Brooks with the three. It's no good. Taken here by the London Lightning, rather. Warren Ward with it. On the far side, Stephen Maxwell trying to set the pick. He'll hand it off to Wright. There's a bit of space down low. He's going to try to find it, and he will. 7-4.
Nice cut there by Akeem Wright. He's one of their... He kind of plays like a quasi-power forward, small forward role for this team. Able to drop back and shoot a three. And he's not the biggest guy at the power forward spot, but he's tough enough to handle it. That's a great individual effort there from Bilal Ben. Able to get the layup to go. He's going to go to the line for an and one play.
The 29-year-old finishing that one. Looks like the London Lightning are going to bring in Garrett Williamson. His first action in actually since February 18th. He was out injured. He's coming in and will replace Ryan Anderson. This looks like the Orangeville A's also made a change. Lewis Jackson coming into the game for the team in red. Taken here by Akeem Wright, and now off to Akeem Scott. Bit of pace here. He's going to take it on the far side. It's no good, and there's a foul call. So it looks like Akeem Scott will go to the line here for the London Lightning. 7:24 left. You mentioned there Garrett Williamson back into the game. Hasn't played since February 18th. That's a player that the London Lightning have definitely missed.
Well, it's been a bit of a quiet year for Garrett Williamson, partly because of the injuries. However, this is a guy who's formerly won NBL Canada Player of the Year. In fact, we have the past two NBL Canada Player of the Years here, or Canadians of the Year, pardon me, in this game. Tyrone Watson being the other one for the Orangeville A's. And Williamson's a guy, he's really good at cutting to the basket and playing that mid-range game, which is something that no one else on the London Lightning can really provide. And if you want to talk about spacing your offense and making sure you have guys who can do different things, they've got plenty of three-point shooters. They've got Maxwell who can play on the interior. Williamson's the only guy who really has that mid-range game, and he's especially adept at cutting to the basket and drawing fouls when he gets there. So they really needed to have Williamson back in the lineup just to balance that offense. So it'll be a little bit slow going for him, or not. He'll just charge after the ball there. But he's going to have to feel his way through the game a bit before he really starts filling the bucket.
Number 15 in white, getting ready to try to tip this pass here from Bilal Ben. Then here comes Akeem Scott. Great defense here from the London Lightning, and that will result in 2 points.
And Akeem Scott, so quick. He just pounced on that ball as soon as it got inbounded there. Great effort from the point guard.
Ben with possession. Looks down to Watson in the post. Going to take it out a bit. Moves it across. This will be Lewis Jackson for three. He's going to miss that one. It's taken here. Big offensive rebound there from Cheek. Ball gets bounced out of play off of Maxwell. So Orangeville will keep possession with a fresh shot clock. Meantime, the A's are making a change. Lewis Monk's coming into the game and will replace Dominic Cheek. 10-6, London Lightning with the lead here. Inbound coming. Taken here by Monks. He gets his first touch on the ball. Justin Moss, again, another player to watch out on this Orangeville A's side. Tyrone Watson, another veteran in this league. Monks. Top of the key. Jumper's no good. Ball's up, and Watson with a nice offensive rebound and an even nicer putback.
And that's what Tyrone Watson can do. He can be a bit of a bulldog, too. And one of the stronger guys on the Orangeville A's in terms of just sheer strength. So he's going to be battling down low. And he'll have to face off against Stephen Maxwell and Akeem Wright a lot tonight.
Garrett Williamson takes it to the hoop. He's going to miss that shot. And now here come the Orangeville A's. This is Ben. Takes it across. Monks can't keep the ball in. And he'll fall into the first row there, as you can see.
That's the exact same spot Stephen Maxwell ran right into. So fans get more than their money's worth of those courtside seats. Get a player from each team landing on you. Keep it balanced, you know? That's an unbiased seat right there.
Of course, as you see Warren Ward coming into the game, Akeem Wright making way. And now here comes Akeem Scott. Stephen Maxwell with him there. Halfway through the first, London with a 10-8 lead. Maxwell can't keep the ball, but it looks like there's going to be a foul against Justin Moss. That's going to be something that Chris Thomas will be looking out for, Chris, as we have a media timeout. Something Chris Thomas will be looking for. You don't want a player like Justin Moss fouling out, as we've seen previously in other games, it can really affect this Orangeville A's side.
Well, Justin Moss especially is absolutely crucial to the offense of the Orangeville A's. Without him, they don't really have too many threats. Lewis Jackson has had a couple of games, but for the most part, the offense runs through Justin Moss, and he's the guy they need to get going. It's been fairly quiet on the Justin Moss end. He hasn't even attempted a shot yet. A little bit shocking considering the success he had on Wednesday, scoring 32 points against the Lightning. One of the things he does really well that I think is different from some of the other NBL players, and I know Bill and I were talking about this before the game, is he does a really good job of pick and rolling. And I know that sounds like such a simple thing, but he's one of the few guys that when he gets on that pick and roll, he actually rolls towards the basket. A lot of guys, because they're jump shooters, they tend to take that step back for a pick and pop. But Justin Moss, one of the best at actually executing and rolling to the basket on the pick and roll.
100%. 10-8 is the score. The London Lightning with the lead here. Taking a quick look at the stats. London 50% from the line here in terms of free throw percentage. We mentioned it earlier, but really that game against Orangeville, London left a ton of points on the board, or on the floor rather, by not draining those free throws. I think they shot something like 56%.
46. Under 50%.
My apologies. Definitely something that head coach Kyle Julius will be looking to improve. I mean, kind of easy to improve, but at the same time, very disappointing from his end.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you get to the professional level, you kind of expect that free throws are something that have been fixed and worked on. 46% would be bad for a college team, so that's something that the London Lightning really need to get on is the free throw shooting, because if you can't make, you just have to make your they're free points. They are free points. You have to make them. So if you look at the points lost for the London Lightning, they actually would have won the game by almost 10 had they made all their free throws.
Scott for three. It's no good. Taken here by Bilal Ben. A couple changes for the London Lightning. It looks like Nick Okori's into the game, along with Eric Kibbe as well. Orangeville with possession. Jackson into the corner. This is Monks for the contested three. He'll miss the rim altogether. And we moved up here by Warren Ward on the far side. Ward steps around, takes it up to the hoop, and it's good for two.
Warren Ward, not usually known for his cutting, but he's actually been going after the basket a lot tonight. Usually he likes to drift around the three-point line and take his shots from there, but tonight he's really being assertive.
Watson up against Kibbe here. Kibbe swats the ball away. Good defensive play. Takes it down low to Moss, who will take it to the hoop for two. It's hard for number 20 in red to really miss that one most of the time at 12-10.
Hard to believe that's only his first shot 5 minutes into the game. Or pardon me, 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Ward with possession up top. Distance three is no good. Taken here by Moss and now moved up the court on this near side by Jackson. Looks around, looks like he's going to try to find lane. Chips it off to Watson at the last second. He'll get the rebound, and a little rough for the referee's liking. Nick Evans preparing to come on for the London Lightning along with Tyshawn Patterson. Meantime, on the Orangeville side, it appears Richard Marty is coming into the game. Oh, my apologies, Marcus Capers also coming in for London as well. Tons of changes for both teams. 4:34 on the clock here in the first quarter. 3 fouls for the London Lightning, just 2 for the Orangeville A's. Fresh shot clock here for the A's, and that's a pretty quick shot, and that's good from Monks. They had another 24 seconds, but instead, they just took it right off the hop. Orangeville with the lead here, 13-12. Patterson with his first touches. Finds a lane. He's going to try to back into Lewis here, or my apologies, Lewis Jackson. Okori for three on the fade, and it's no good. Taken here by Evans on the rebound. Another rebound here for the London Lightning. Kibbe has it, and that's going to be a jump ball situation. Obviously no basket there. 4:03 on the clock.
Kibbe getting up a little bit slowly. Looks like he'll be fine, though.
Foul against Watson there. Meantime, we have Flen Whitfield coming back with the A's here. This is his first appearance after coming off of injury. He's taken off the IR earlier today. Capers on the inbound. Okori moves along the baseline, takes it up. No good. Tipped there by Marcus Capers. London retain the lead, 14-13. Jackson Stops, finds a bit of space there for Whitfield, who will miss that three. Taken here by Kibbe.
First game back, I might not want to be taking that shot if I'm Leonard Whitfield. Very early in the shot clock, and again, another situation where there weren't enough guys under the cylinder to get the rebound there. Not a very good shot from Leonard Whitfield.
Patterson moves it along, chips it out here to a Corey. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Patterson can barely keep it. In fact, he didn't. Referee says he stepped out of bounds. Orangeville with possession here coming up. 3:25 on the clock here in the first quarter. Again, the Orangeville A's 10-22, taking on the London Lightning 19-10. The Lightning made a very disappointing March that we happen to have that month over with. Just went 2 for 4 in the month of March. That shot's no good from Jackson. It's collected here by Kibbe. Another defensive rebound for number 14. Number 34 with it here, Marcus Capers. Back to Kibbe. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Orangeville ball.
Offensive foul, charging Lightning's number 14, Eric Kibbe. That's his first.
3 minutes to go here. 4 fouls for the Lightning, 3 for the Orangeville A's.
Timeout, Lightning.
And there's a timeout by Kyle Julius and the London Lightning. Definitely an interesting time to take a timeout if you are Kyle Julius and the Lightning. They've got a lead. 1 point here so far. Chris, what's your impression on how these two teams have matched up?
Well, it's been a bit of a sleepy start. We're seeing both teams kind of start off the same way they did last game, where it's close, but not a whole lot of scoring going on right now. Both teams kind of trying to feel each other out right now, figure out what their kind of game plan they're going to break out here. I do like what I'm seeing from London on the defensive end. They've forced some iffy shots from the Orangeville A's. London does need to figure out their offense, though. They look a little out of sync. I haven't seen a ton of set plays that look like they might have actually worked. A lot of their plays kind of just result in an Orangeville defender jumping ahead and cutting off whatever lane someone thought they could cut through. Looking at Orangeville, again, defensively, they're playing very well. One of the things I do like is they've been kind of playing like almost, I don't want to say it's a complete 2-3 zone, but it's almost like they've got 3 guys back playing zone, and then 2 guards at the top just literally cover whoever has the ball. So it's kind of given London some problems because they don't really get to set up the offense the way they want to.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pretty similar to how the first quarter went on Wednesday between these two teams. Physical for sure, but also low scoring. Hopefully they get the scoring on for this massive crowd here at Budweiser Gardens. The upper bowl open once again. And another very solid crowd here from the London Lightning at Bud Gardens. Glenn Whitfield will hand it off to Monks. He's up top. Lots of space here for Richard Amarty. He misses the shot. Taken here down low. Fired back out to Amarty. Keeps the ball in. And Orangeville will keep possession with a fresh shot clock at 2:35 left in the first. Fancy footwork there from Lewis Jackson. He's still got possession. He's going to try to turn on it, but that's going to be a foul against the London Lightning.
Are they calling that a blocking foul?
Akeem Wright coming into the game here for the Bolts. Inbound coming. That's now 5 fouls for the London Lightning. There's 3 for the Orangeville A's.
Cal Julius having an animated talk with the refs right now. Lots of hand motions, so I think he can figure out his emotions right now.
It's a great way of describing it. Animated, for sure. Lewis Jackson with it on the far side. On the very top, this is Glenn Whitfield. He'll miss it.
Got a little rust on that shot.
Patterson with it now. Takes a step in. Now back to Akeem Wright. Nice dribbling. Oh, he loses it. And now here comes Lewis Monks here for the Orangeville A's. He's going to take it right to the hoop. Very athletic finish at the last bit there. Corey with it. Takes it up, and it's good for 2.
A little bit of running and gunning here, something we didn't see from these teams before that timeout. London can really run the floor when they decide to, and a guy like Nick O'Corey is just the guy to do it.
Orangeville with possession now, 1:40 left on the clock. Jackson. Patterson trying to match up with him. Hands it off to Amarty. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3 is no good from Whitfield. Another missed shot there for the man again who just came off the IR. Patterson moves it in, and that's going to be a offensive foul by the looks of it.
They haven't actually made a signal. They call that a blocking foul?
They're going to call it a blocking foul.
Yeah.
Interesting for sure. London with possession here.
Chris Thomas, of course, very happy with the call, and he's going to give the ref his regards and thank him for his well-called play.
Sarcasm does not translate very well on a sports broadcast, as you see Thomas there just having a quick chat with the referee, and again, another animated coach, to say the least.
I hope someone makes a meme of that face that we just saw there from Chris Thomas.
NBL Canada memes. You see Evans with the finish, but obviously no good. And it looks like there's going to be a foul call against the Orangeville A's here. Minute 17 left in the first frame. So now both teams up to 5 fouls. Inbound coming here from Akeem Wright on the near side. Fresh shot clock for the Bolts. This is Corey with possession up top. Evans, bit of space. They're going to fire it across to Patterson. He looked for the three, but you saw Jackson right in his face. Here's Wright, contested three, no good. Capers with an easy offensive rebound. This is Corey, and it's good.
They needed that three from Nico Corey there. That gives London a nice 4-point lead with a minute left. Just about to head into the second quarter.
Jackson with it. This is Cheek back into the game, of course. 46 seconds. Jumper from the top of the key is no good there from Jackson. My apologies. There's still lots of action down low there. Here's Corey. Moves it up, and it's good for two.
He's going to get the and one play as well as they call the blocking foul. Nico Corey leapt from very far out for that layup there and contested. Excellent effort from the London guard. He didn't have a great shooting night against the Orangeville A's on Wednesday, but he's doing a lot better tonight. That's going to give him 7 points, potentially 8 if he makes this free throw here.
Nick Corey at the line. 34 seconds. He won't get it there. A couple bounces, as you can see, off of the rim and back off the backboard.
Something I didn't get to say last game, and I can say now. You got to make your free throws.
No doubt that still carries over, and I'm sure Kyle Julius will agree with you in that regard. Inbound coming here from the A's. Jackson with it. Got a Marty backing out there. Whitfield's in motion, and that's going to be a foul against Nick Evans just in front of the ball carrier there. So 20 seconds left, 14 seconds on the shot clock, and that will bring the London Lightning over the limit. Up to 7 fouls, and there you go, see the referee letting someone know someone's got to shoot that. And this will be Whitfield taking it. Whitfield looking for his first points of the game. And he misses that one. You got to make your free throws.
Hey.
Sorry, I took Chris's line there. The check's in the mail. Second shot is missed there from Whitfield. Now Patterson with possession. The shot clock has expired. We now just have 13 seconds left in this first quarter. Patterson going to make this the last shot of the quarter. 5 seconds left now. Crossover, finds a little bit of room. It's contested, and definitely a foul call there. That's no good, but that will be Whitfield with the foul. Patterson going to the line.
I'm not sure how Whitfield can argue that call. He kind of just dumped Patterson on the ground there. That's going to be 2 shots for Patterson. 1.5 seconds left in the quarter, so Orangeville on the bright side gets a look at their own shot, or having the last shot, pardon me. But I think they'd rather not let Patterson go to the line like this instead. But who knows, maybe he'll miss them.
Made the first one. Second shot coming. And that one's good as well, so the A's getting set here for perhaps a last shot. 1.5 on the clock. Got to be quick. This is Monks with it. He'll get it off in time, but you don't see that kind of finish every day.
That was not the best shot that we've seen attempted. It was almost like a soccer throw-in there. Did not work out for Monks on that play.
We're going to take a quick break here between the first and second quarter. We'll be right back. And we're back here at Budweiser Gardens, 23-15. The London Lightning with the lead. The Orangeville A's with the ball here. Daquan Brooks back into the game. He'll hand the ball off to Bilal Ben. Starting lineup back out here for the Orangeville A's. London still electing to keep Corey and Evans on the court. Anderson's back on. Hakeem Scott is as well. He tips the ball and falls backwards. Very athletic finish there from Hakeem Scott. You see him with a little grin.
Well, he's played for the Jamaican national team, but maybe you might want to give gymnastics a look with a little roll like that. Nice job, Hakeem Scott.
Now, I heard a rumor that Hakeem Scott is very interested in curling. I haven't heard, actually. I saw a tweet. He said he'd been watching it for a couple hours. He's more than welcome to join my team for sure. Yeah, we really need help.
It's true, your team is terrible.
It's mostly just me. Cheek with possession, as you see him here at the top of the key. He'll move it up, and it's good for two. Very athletic finish, and that'll make it 23-17. The Orangeville A's trying to cut back here.
I like the way he bumped right on that play, too, because he instead of just trying to attack right, he bumped off of him and let right fall back, and then went to the basket there. He kind of caught right off guard defensively with that.
Corey with a very athletic play over Dominic Cheek, makes it 25-17. London keep pace here in this second quarter. Brooks, another very dominant player, number 5 in red. So is Bilal Ben. He's fouled on that shot. It looks like he'll be going to the line here. 11 minutes to go in this second quarter. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. Bilal Ben down there on the line. The 29-year-old averaging around 6.5 assists per game. It's sitting at around 8th in the league, and he's definitely a very effective player early on with this Orangeville A's team. Of course, had that last-minute shot at Windsor in their first game to give them the first win of the season on Boxing Day. Definitely one of the more entertaining finishes in the NBLC so far this season. Scott Anderson here. They're going to move it to Nick Corey. 8 seconds on the shot clock. This is Akeem Wright. He's going to move it down low. Ooh, very athletic there. Ball will follow to play off of the London Lightning. Nick Evans, Orangeville with possession coming up.
I think Nick Evans a little frustrated. He couldn't handle that pass. He kept his hands up, almost like Ricky Bobby when he was being interviewed and didn't know what to do with his hands there. As Nick Evans probably could have had a handle on that one.
I wish you guys, I just winced. I just winced at that one. Justin Moss over top of Nick Evans. It's no good. Collected here by Ryan Anderson. A nice little pass off to Akeem Wright. Corey calling for it, and it's tipped. Here comes Dominic Cheek. Couple dribbles and a big slam.
Not sure what Akeem Wright saw on that play. A very lackadaisical pass, and that's how you end up with 2 points going against you.
Corey on this near side. 10-10 on the clock. He was stripped off from Dominic Cheek there, and that's going to blow that one down. Looks like it's going to be a foul against Cheek. So 25-21. That's now 3 fouls for the London Lightning and now 1 for the Orangeville A's. Right on the inbound. Quick update on the other Central Division game happening right now. Windsor up on Niagara 48-41. As we mentioned before, 2 possible playoff matchups. Here's Nick Evans on the near side.
Excellent pass from Ryan Anderson to set that one up too.
This is Daquan Brooks with it. Again, Orangeville and London 1st and 4th in the Central. Niagara is 3rd and Windsor is 2nd. So if the playoffs were to start today, and they will start in about a month's time, that will be the first round matchups in the Central Division. Inbound here from Wright. He'll bounce pass off to Akeem Scott. Scott, very athletic there, as you can see, moving it in, and that's good for 2. 29-21. Brooks moves it across. And that's going to be foul. Looks like it was with Nick Evans and Justin Moss there. We alluded to that in the pregame, but that is going to be a matchup that you're going to want to watch all night, assuming one of them doesn't foul out, or both.
And fouls can be a problem with big men because they do so much crashing and banging down in the post. A guy like Nick Evans is certain to add to the foul total for both Watson and Moss, especially right now.
Cheek moving it along. You see Watson right beside him. Won't need him. Trains it for 2, makes it 29-23. Corey moving it up here for the Lightning. 9:13 left in this second quarter. Corey bounce pass. This is Nick Evans. Not quite his area. He won't drain it either. Now here comes Dominic Cheek for the A's. Takes it up, too easy. You see Evans falling to the ground trying to get that call, and he will not.
Cheeks did a good job of pulling up there, and they're kind of catching the Lightning off guard a bit. I didn't think it was a strategy when I saw Monks do it, but that time we saw Cheek do the exact same thing and have the exact same impact. So maybe Orangeville trying something new on offense.
His tip pass is collected here by Wright. Looks like he's stripped to the ball. Watson hands it off to Moss, and now here comes Brooks on this far side. He's a quick player. He moves it along here. Bounce pass up top. This is Bilal Ben, open three, and it's good. 29-28, 1-point game.
London struggling to contain Orangeville right now, and you see what an impact it can have when you're able to play well on the inside and outside. We've seen the Orangeville A's make a couple of nice plays close to the basket, and then that gives you a lot of floor space for the three-pointer, and that time we just saw it hurt.
Very interesting pass there from Bilal Ben on the near side. Handed off. This is Moss on the spin. Takes it up. No, good. Collected there by Wright, but it will be a foul call. It looks like it's going to go against Justin Moss. Exactly 8 minutes to go in this second quarter. Changes coming for both teams. It looks like Jackson's coming into the game for the Orangeville A's. Brooks making way. Also on the London side, a pair of changes. It looks like Corey and Evans are coming out of the game. Warren Ward and also Stephen Maxwell coming back in. Hakeem Wright hands it off. Back to Hakeem Scott. This is Ryan Anderson on the far side. The bounce pass is successfully connected, rather, but looks like the referees blew that one down. And these two teams met on Wednesday, and it's going to be a very interesting April for both these teams. London having to head out east, play 4 games on the road. Orangeville will end up actually playing London for 3 straight games, back to back to back. That could have playoff implications if Orangeville is able to catch up to Niagara. But as we said, the River Lions a very hot team right now. So assuming that Orangeville really have to turn it on and River Lions would really have to fall off in order to mix that one up. Cheek with it on the fade over top of Warren Ward. It's no good. Here comes Hakeem Scott. Ward with it. Ryan Anderson, one of the better three-point shooters in the league. Can't connect that time. Watson with a very athletic pickup, and you see him moving it along. Taken here by Cheek, and it's good for 2 as the Orangeville A's take the lead.
Some nice back and forth there. Both teams playing a little bit sharper on the offensive end, and that time it was just 2 different transition baskets as both teams starting to find their groove a bit.
Maxwell working it down low over top of Justin Moss, and it's good. They get 31-30.
You know, they don't call an awful lot of plays for Stephen Maxwell, and I really think they should, because he actually has a decent mid-range game when he actually uses it, and most importantly, he's very good at getting to the basket. And I'd like to see them maybe run a few more plays for him, because most of his baskets as of right now usually come off rebounds.
Maxwell backs in and he slips off of Moss's foot as he went to ground, but it looks like that is going to be an offensive foul. Chris Thomas obviously excited and animated on the far sideline. 1-point lead. Very tight game between these two teams here at Budweiser Gardens. Again, a very nice crowd on a Saturday night.
Got the upper bowl open.
Monks coming into the game, Bilal Ben making way. Inbound coming from Moss. Lewis moving it across. Season high 25 points for Jackson. Came against the London Lightning. This is Watson, hands it off to Jackson, and he'll drain that one for 2, and he rushes back on defense.
Jackson actually got a hand in the face on that one too, but it didn't faze him. Good job.
Scott moves it across. 5 points for him so far. Warren Ward with it at the first 3 points of the game. Anderson steps along. This is Hakeem Wright for 3, contested by Moss. Collected by Ward. Ooh, what a nice finish there from number 10 in white.
Well, Warren Ward had to reach from way behind the backboard on that play just to get that bucket to go. Excellent job from the London native.
And to see a couple Orangeville A's players having a quick chat with the referees there. Nothing doing. Patterson coming into the game for the London Lightning, and Akeem Wright also taking a quick chance, as you can see, to chat with the referee.
Of course, Akeem Scott playing against his former team here. He was a member of the Brampton A's last year. Of course, Brampton moved to Orangeville, and that's how we have the Orangeville A's this year. But Scott, very familiar with the team.
Jackson over top of Scott. It's no good, taken here by Stephen Maxwell. See Jackson right in Maxwell's face. He'll hand it off to Akeem Wright, and there's going to be a foul called between Scott and Monks, but looks like there's a couple whistles on that. Looks like Monks is going to get the infraction there.
He just got teed up.
And there it is. There's a technical. Hard to tell with the media timeout that was just called, but we likely won't hear the full extent to that until afterwards. But you're right, it did look like a technical. Not good for Chris Thomas in this Orangeville A's side.
Yeah, I think Monks was frustrated there because he was actually assigned the foul for whatever was going on with him and Akeem Scott on that play. And the ref, of course, didn't like Monks protesting, so that's going to be a technical foul. And that's the kind of lack of discipline that you can't really have. And now London, we've been talking about, are they going to be able to make their free throws when they need to? This is a moment where you can have the points swing in your favor right now, but you have to make those free throws. So absolutely crucial for the London Lightning right now to kind of improve on that end.
Well, looking at the free throw percentages already in this game, and it's not great. 60% for the Lightning and 40% for the Orangeville A's, albeit a small sample size. But again, in that case, London leaves 2 points on the board, and the Orangeville A's leaves 3 points.
And looking at, of course, shooting numbers again, Orangeville's kind of been doing what London struggled with last game, and that's where they fell in love with the three-point shot and kept shooting it even when it wasn't going. Right now, Orangeville only shooting 14% from the three-point line. So that's not going to be a good source of points unless they can get that shooting fixed. I'd like to see them go to Justin Moss a lot more. In fact, he's only got 2 points in this game, and I've seen a couple of times where he's actually been open near the basket and the ball's just not coming to him. So I'm surprised I'm the one to say this, but you might want to look for your best player on the offensive end there. So Justin Moss is a guy. Look for him to get a little bit more involved as this game carries on.
I mean, moving forward, it's really hard to not think of Justin Moss as being an MVP type player with how he's been performing. Keep in mind, there's a guy named Logan Stutz as well. Pretty similar numbers, but Justin Moss, in terms of being the most valuable to his team, he has been the go-to guy for the A's all season.
Well, I don't think he's going to win MVP just because usually MVP is an award that goes to someone on one of the winning teams, right? But if we had to be completely honest and frank about it, Justin Moss means more to the Orangeville A's than any other player. So yes, he's most valuable. Do I think he's going to win the award? No. But I think he might be the most valuable player to his team because when he doesn't get going, the Orangeville A's as a whole tend to struggle a bit. They're having a better second quarter here, but they only had 15 points in that first quarter. So Orangeville a little out of sync on offense, although they're doing some good things now.
Scott with possession fires it across to Warren Ward. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 5:33 on the game clock in the second. Intercepted there by Justin Moss. Hands it off to Jackson, fires it across. Very slick passing here from the A's. Quick, the word I would use for that. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jackson still with possession. See Cheeks in motion. Got 10 points to his name. Watson moves it across. Down low, he'll drain 2. Make it 34-34.
One of the things Justin Moss is capable of doing is even when he's not scoring, he still had an impact on that play by really backing down Akeem Wright, and he wasn't able to come over and help when Watson was clearly taking advantage of his matchup in the post.
Here comes Jackson. Loses the ball, and looks like there's going to be a foul against the London Lightning. That'll be their 6th of the game, or of the quarter rather. 5 for the Orangeville A's so far.
It's going to be the second on Akeem Scott. London's got a couple of guys sitting at 2 fouls already. Ryan Anderson, Nick Evans, Stephen Maxwell, and Nick O'Corey, and now Akeem Scott all sitting at 2 fouls fairly early in the game. Obviously 2 fouls isn't a problem, but you worry about how many you're taking as a team at this point.
4:46 left. 20 seconds on the shot clock as the Orangeville A's get set on the inbound on the far side. taken here by Jackson. Watson moving away from the ball carrier. He'll get possession. Backs into Akeem Wright. This is Monks. Now to Moss. He'll drain 2. Makes it 36-34.
And Justin Moss starting to wake up a bit here. He's having a bit of a rough start by his standards, but he's still doing some good things. Now he just got to start putting up some points.
Akeem Wright misses that 3. And another missed 3 from the London Lightning. Orangeville with possession now. Deep 3. Dominic Cheek, he's the hot hand, and he gets that one to go. That's his 13th point on the night. Timeout, London Lightning. 39-34. Orangeville A's with the lead here, looking to get another win on the London Lightning. They're second in as many games for the London Lightning.
Looking at some of the numbers in that while we have this timeout here. Again, we mentioned the 3-point shooting. Since we mentioned it before, which is around the 7-minute mark, or pardon me, around the 8-minute mark, Orangeville actually hasn't taken a single 3, so they've kind of woken up to the fact that the 3 ball is just not going for them. And now they've kind of adjusted their offense to match that. Some of the leaders for each team: Dominic Cheek at 10 points for the Orangeville A's, and you also have Bilal Ben sitting at 9 points in the game. 5 rebounds for Bilal Ben as well. He's been one of their better performers. Looking at the London Lightning, you've got Nick O'Corey at 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting, and Warren Ward has 7 himself. 4 rebounds for Eric Kibe, 4 rebounds for Akeem Wright, and 3 for Stephen Maxwell. Not a lot of assists for either team. Hasn't been a whole ton of ball movement. It's actually been a lot of one-on-one.
Play about to get back underway here at Budweiser Gardens. London in white, Orangeville in red. Got another massive crowd here at Budweiser Gardens. Inbound coming from Maxwell. He'll hand it off to Akeem Scott. See Ward collecting it. He fires it across to Scott. Tipped. Taken here by Orangeville. Oh, the play there from Cheeks as he falls on the scorer's table. They push him back out. Taken here by Maxwell, and he slams it.
Huge slam from Stephen Maxwell. He hasn't been as dominant as we've seen. He hasn't even been hitting the boards the way we're used to. So Maxwell, a guy they need to start working himself into the game. It's kind of weird because coming in, we thought Maxwell versus Moss would be the big matchup, but both players have been fairly quiet so far.
Foul call.
That's going to be on Justin Moss, who's getting a little too rough in the post there with Maxwell.
And Moss now up to 3 fouls in the game. We mentioned it there before, that Evans-Moss matchup. Until someone fouls out or has to leave the game, as you see Moss getting subbed out.
Well, I like what London's done here by having Evans and Maxwell on the court at the same time. Because if you have the size advantage, Maxwell's athletic enough that you can put him at the 4. And with Maxwell and Evans in there, that's 2 guys who can crash and bang. And even if they aren't going to score, they're going to be able to draw fouls. And when you're going up against Justin Moss at 6'7" and Flanard Whitfield at 6'7", why not try to get that size advantage in your favor?
3 is no good there from Akeem Wright. Maxwell keeps possession here to O'Corey. Bounce pass, Ryan Anderson. Good.
Ryan Anderson, one of the most gifted 3-point shooters in the league. And I swear when he shoots, it's almost silky. It's so smooth. It's a great shooting motion, and it's nearly automatic.
And he's got the length as well, where it's really hard to contest him for sure.
Well, that length helps him on defense, too. He's actually tied the NBL record before, as we see a big 3 there from Dominic Cheeks. Ryan Anderson actually has the record for most steals in a game because he's able to use that length on the defensive end as well as on offense.
Here's a shot from Mr. Anderson himself, and it's
total heat check. Total heat check.
It's no good. 2:30 left in the second. As always, we'll have our halftime segment with Bill Ovens. He's standing by here. Got 2:20 left in the second. We'll get to him right after halftime, as per usual. Marty misses that one. Actually fall out off of a London Lightning player, and Orangeville will keep possession. 42-39, the A's with a lead. Just a couple minutes away from halftime. We mentioned before, Orangeville 6-1 against the Lightning this year. That one win came on Wednesday here at Budweiser Gardens. Jackson moves it along, and it's good there for two at the hoop. Make it 44-39 rather. Nikokori with it. Dribbles around, finds a lane, pushes off of Jackson, and the refs are going to make that call.
Are they going to give him the shooting foul? Nope. Doesn't look like it.
And it will go against the A's, so that's now 7 fouls against the Orangeville A's and 6 for the London Lightning.
Pardon me, they are going to give him the shooting foul. I wasn't sure if they gave him the continuation or not.
So Corey goes to the line here. 2 shots. And the London Lightning looking to cut into this Orangeville A's lead 44-39. 1 minute and 55 seconds left in this second quarter. Again, we'll try to keep you updated on the time as much as possible. Second shot from McCory is good. 44-41. Brooks moves it across on the far side. Dominic Cheeks, he's hot from that area, and he gets another one. That's back-to-back-to-back in the Orangeville A's bench. I don't think we caught that on camera, but very animated, very happy that Cheek able to finish that one. Evans, off to Maxwell. Anderson takes it back. We're in a 3-war, and Anderson will miss that shot.
What's the opposite of a heat check? Because that was quite cold. Not the best shot from Ryan Anderson there.
The A's keep the lead, really off of the strength of those Cheek 3-pointers. 19 points for him so far in this game. Brooks hands it off to Cheeks. Why not one more? Dominic Cheek! Wow!
I'm not sure if we actually have stats on this, but I'd be curious what the NBL Canada record for consecutive 3-pointers is, because Dominic Cheek, he keeps shooting this way, might be making a run for it.
Maxwell takes it up. It's no good. Hakeem Scott down low. He'll finish the 2, but Dominic Cheek, everyone's going to be watching him. He's trailing behind the play. He's going to be heading for that corner again. Loving this near side corner. Back-to-back-to-back-to-back for threes, I believe. DeQuan Cook from the opposite corner, and it's good. The Orangeville A's get the 3-ball going. Makes it a 10-point game. We're 40 seconds away from halftime.
Well, DeQuan Brooks, a good shooter himself, and he's able to make that one go. The Orangeville A's just opened this game right up with some 3-point shooting there. It's something they were struggling with, too. Just shows you how devastating it can be when that shot's going.
Ryan Anderson takes it off to Maxwell, who will finish at the hoop. Shot clock has expired. Now 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Brooks moves it across here for the A's. Still has possession up against Nikokori. 5 seconds left. Looking for a bit of space. He'll fire it into the corner. This is Monks. He'll get the 3 off in time, and why not one more? The Orangeville A's shoot the lights out to end this second quarter, and all of a sudden, it's a 56-45 game. The Orangeville A's with a fantastic end to this second frame and this first half. What's cooking with Bill Evans? 3-pointers.
Lots of time to do lots of cooking because we haven't been around for a while. But yeah, it's a strange game. At the very beginning of the game, early on, London, they went into this offensive scheme where there was no more than 1 pass allowed. I mean, I don't know what it was about. They weren't shooting. Nobody was hitting anything. And instead of passing the ball around and trying to create off-shot rhythm or off-shot chemistry, they're just pounding the ball at the basket. One guy's going and taking a shot, and then 1 pass and they're gone. I don't see how that can work real well.
100%, and I mean, when you look at this as being a playoff matchup, we've been talking quite a bit about it. How do these teams match up when it comes to that? I mean, if these teams are going to be playing 5 games, I wouldn't know who to pick at this point.
If I was handicapping it right now, I would have to give a slight edge to London, but only a slight edge. In the past, I would have given them a big edge. I think it's a feature of this league that, basically you can throw out the performance of the first half of the season and watch the second half of the season because the teams change so much. But I think athletically and, skill set wise, I think London is better than the A's, but the A's right now are better organized than London.
How about those 3-pointers?
Well, that's the wild card in this game. I mean, these guys, they're the really consistent guys are in the NBA. These guys aren't in the NBA, so they're not that consistent. But with inconsistency, they can become inconsistently hot. And you just don't know. Like the guy's missed 20 shots in a row, and all of a sudden he hits 10 in a row. There's just no way to tell. And that's a rub of the green. That's a rub of the green in London. And London had their chances.
What else do you see from that first half? I know you got a couple things written down here on your notes.
I got the defensive boards are nominal profile. They're playing tough. They're not letting the other ones go. The offensive boards, both teams seem to be dropping away from the boards and saying we're going to play mid-court defense and we're not going to try to crash the boards. I have a personal problem with players that don't follow their shot. I mean, if you think about the best player of all time, Michael Jordan, missed more than half of his shots. I think his lifetime shooting percentage was under 50%. Then how can you take a shot and just expect it to go in? I mean, there's a 50-50 chance at least it's not going to go in. So, I mean, running after it, you got a chance for another one. Some of the players I've seen today, I want to talk about a few of them on the floor. Wright, I'm fearful of Wright as a London.
Akeem Wright.
I don't know if it's just an off game but he's turning into a black hole. And I missed about 6 minutes in there when I was going from my seat down by the floor up to here. But there was a long stretch there where every time he touched the ball, and I don't mean to be critical, it's just observant, but every time he touched the ball, he either shot it and missed, or he tried to drive the key and was stripped, or he tried to make a pass and it was intercepted. I mean, and when he got under the basket, he was missing his shots. It was just like he's having a really ugly night. Corey, on the other hand, he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder today. I got right down under the basket there, and especially after he got the. We were calling for Dijon mustard on that hot dog move at that front. That was so good with the pullback and yeah, that wasn't just regular mustard. That was Dijon mustard, Corey. That was really good.
Well, okay, while we're on the guards, when they've got both the Akeems out there, it really seems like they've got two guards.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, and then you see with Akeem Wright in that case where, he's not necessarily the best dribbler, but sometimes he's forced to go down low, what have you. And it black hole, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that I really like Akeem Scott, the new guy. I like what he brings. I like the speed, I like the intensity, and I like that he makes decisions fast. There's a lot of times when guys out there, there's a lot of indecision going on. And that's what I'm always looking for when I'm close to the floor. I'm looking in the player's eyes to see if there's indecision. I'm looking to see if there's, not fear, but, it's just like things aren't going well my way or things are going really well my way. And you can see it in their eyes. And that's how the momentum shifts. And there's no momentum shifts in this game. It's just we're screwing up, they're screwing up, and it doesn't matter which side you're cheering for. You're waiting for them to find some kind of rhythm, some kind of focus, some kind of floor spacing. Pass the ball around. I think the benches are too short. I mean, if things aren't going well, throw your Pine Riders on. Give them a chance. Which brings me back to the one point I wanted to make. And it's kind of, do you have first string and then subs? Or do you have special units? And I prefer special units. Rather than saying, these are my best 5 players, and when you're not playing well, I'm going to put somebody else in. What I've got is I got my short unit, I got my fast unit, I got my half-court unit, I got my fast break unit. And there's going to be mix and match of the players because you only got 12 guys. But this is not the same 5 guys on every unit. That way people get a rest, they're involved in the game.
Well, for example, with Ryan Anderson getting the minutes in that second quarter because London knows they need to start shooting the 3-ball to catch up. And you see that, right? You see the 3-ball the 3-ball setup as well.
And if they're going to start shooting the 3-ball, they can't do it the way they did in the first quarter. Corey, Anderson, and Ward are all great 3-point shooters when they get the ball and take the shot. When they dribble to get to where they want to shoot, they don't hit as well. If they've got to avoid a check, they don't shoot as well. If they're posted up, and Tyshawn Patterson, I don't have time, but I'd love to look at a lot of film because I'd be willing to bet that when the pass comes from inside to him and he shoots, his percentage has got to be double.
Yeah.
When the pass comes from anywhere else.
For sure. Story of the first half, Dominic Cheek going 5 for 5 from one part of the court, just on this corner side.
Yeah.
What an incredible first or second quarter. I think he hit them all in the second quarter.
Well, they're going to London should beat these guys, but London is giving them hope. Yeah. London is giving them hope. There are certain things that the Orangeville can do that London doesn't like. Number 3, I don't think anybody can handle him one-on-one. He's too fast.
Lewis Jackson.
Yeah, Lewis Jackson. I go by number, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is so fast. And the same thing with their players. When they post up, they make the shot.
Yeah.
So offensively, you have to keep moving so that the defense gets tired, and then you don't have the energy on the offensive side of the floor. And defensively, you can't. If you see a guy post up, you got to get into the passing lane, or somebody's got to get near him to get him out of his comfort zone. And O'Corey's got a couple in there where he's just got the ball, and I saw the eye down there when the guy gave him a really bad call for the foul. And the look on his face was, all right, that's it. I've had enough of this. I'm just going to go shoot lights out. And I really like that look in his eye.
I've had enough of this.
I've had enough of this.
But for good reason. Bill, we'll see you next game. We'll be right back in about 8 minutes with the second half. Hello and welcome back to Budweiser Gardens, London versus Orangeville NBLC matchup that, as we mentioned, we'll likely see in the playoffs. Right now, the Orangeville A's have a pretty significant lead, 56-45, a very scrappy first half, low scoring as well, but it really came down to those Orangeville A's three-pointers at the end of the second quarter. Looking at Dominic Cheek specifically, back-to-back to pretty much seemed like infinite threes from this near corner. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth here. Warren Ward with the first shot of the second half, and it's good for three. That'll cut into London's deficit a little bit here. 11:39 on the clock in the third. Bilal Ben will hand it off to Watson. This is Brooks up top. Little step over. This is Bilal Ben moving it across, and it's good for two there at the rim. Make that 58-48, a 10-point game here in the second quarter. Or second half, rather. Scott with it. Akeem Wright can't get the three to go, and that'll be taken here by Brooks. Moving up the court here for the A's. The A's in red. London in their home white strip. That's good from Daquan Cook. Nothing but net. And just like that, Kyle Julius calling a timeout, already trying to wrangle in his London Lightning team. They haven't been able to cut into the deficit at all. 60-48. We're about a minute into this second half, rather.
And Chris Thomas really fired up on that one. He was ecstatic as he brought his team together for this little break that we're going to have here. An awful start for the London Lightning, finding themselves down 12 now. That's not exactly the way you want to start a quarter, and they're going to have to right the ship right now. Again, the three-point shooting of the Orangeville A's giving London lots of problems.
London shooting 41% from the field. Orangeville up to a very impressive 51%, shooting 38% from beyond the arc. Again, Dominic Cheek with 22 points. You mentioned near the end, we'll have to look up the record for the record for most consecutive three-pointers made, because he's definitely in that discussion right now. Again, already 22 points, and we're just starting up this third quarter. Quick check on the other games happening right now. The Windsor Express up 68-60 over the Niagara River Lions at the Meridian Center. And also we got a quick update on St. John Moncton. That's tied 100 all. It looks like it's pretty late in the game. Around 3 minutes left in that one. London versus Orangeville. We're back here on the live stream. I thank everyone for their patience, and those are not having a live stream for a couple of games, but we're back. Thanks for all the kind words you've seen on social media so far as well. Akeem Scott with it, takes it up. Stephen Maxwell will miss. And now here comes Dominic Cheek with possession. Brooks with it. 10:40 on the clock. Cheek in motion down low. Watson takes it up top. On the near side, this is Bilal Ben with it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. He'll get it off in time, but he will miss it. Capers tips it, and it's taken here by Akeem Wright. Wright works up off of Watson, and there's going to be a foul call. Looks like it might be against Tyrone Watson.
Yeah, I believe that one's going to be against Watson because the swat looked pretty clean there. In fact, it is going to be Watson. That's going to be his second in the game.
Right at the line, 2 shots coming up here. We got 2 points to his name so far. First shot's good. We mentioned that limited ball movement in especially the first part of the first half. Orangeville up to 12 assists, London now with 9. Capers takes the ball and hand it back to Wright after he missed that free throw. Nearly stripped of the ball. Scott with it. This is Akeem Wright. Bounce pass down low to Capers, who will not finish. Maxwell's going to try, and he will be fouled. And one.
Another great effort there from Stephen Maxwell. And he's able to get some points on the board. Again, it's been kind of quiet. The Maxwell-Moss battle that we were expecting hasn't really materialized here. But Stephen Maxwell looking to change that right now.
60-52, 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Brooks moves it across on this near side. To let everyone know, the main camera you're seeing right now is in standard definition. That's a foul there for the London Lightning. So if you're wanting to see it in HD, feel free to take some alterations to your YouTube settings and move that up. Again, the bottom camera, other cameras, as you can see, are in high definition. First shot's good from Daquan Brooks. Now 6 points for him on the night. 4 assists as well, leading the team in that category. London making a change. Tyshawn Patterson coming into the game. And Akeem Scott is making way. Oh, scramble for the ball. Tyrone Watson will just pick it up. Daquan Brooks and Tyshawn Patterson were in that mix-up. And here's Brooks with it now. Keeps possession. Top is good.
Oh my. Huge shot from Daquan Brooks there. And Orangeville, just to give you an idea of how well they were shooting in that second quarter, they actually outscored London 41-22 in that second quarter alone. And looks like their shots and their shooting hands are still hot.
9:25 left in this third quarter. We mentioned before just those 3 balls gave Orangeville the lead heading into halftime. Other than that, it was pretty low scoring. Both teams really having trouble hitting their shots. Ball's tipped around there. Taken here by Patterson on the near side for 3, and it's good. Tyshawn Patterson puts it up. 9:10 left in the third.
Tyshawn Patterson, a guy they rely on to put up points in a hurry. He's like a microwave because they want him to heat up real quick. So Tyshawn Patterson, a guy they're going to need to start filling the bucket a bit. And speaking of guys who need to fill the bucket, Justin Moss making his name known. Those are only his sixth points of the game. But again, he's been doing a lot of good things out there, and he's having a pretty solid game despite not scoring. He could probably stand to put a couple in the bucket, though.
Patterson with it, backing up against Brooks, and will elect to hand it off to Wright. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Akeem Wright off to Patterson. The shot's off in time, but it is long. Collected here by Maxwell. Can he get the putback? No, he will not. Ball's tipped around. It'll be collected here by Maxwell again. Wright spins, fires, tips. What is going on? Collected here by the A's, and they'll try to slow things down a bit, or maybe not. Here comes Bilal Ben down the court. Steps around, top of the key. Looks to his right. You've got Justin Moss down low. Daquan Brooks takes another 3. No good, no foul call there either. Capers on the far side. This is Maxwell taking it down the lane. It's tipped, taken here by Daquan Brooks on the fast break here, 3-on-1. Watson will finish easily at the hoop.
Right now, London's seeing a bit of a repeat of the last game where the A's just scoring at will right now.
Patterson with it. Capers tries to spin off of Bilal Ben. Looks like there's a foul call there. Looks like it's going to go against Marcus Capers. Nick Evans coming into the game. Warren Ward making way. London getting a little bit bigger there. You can see both teams having quick chats with the refs there. Watson walking up and asking a question. Brooks with possession here for the 8. 69-55. Orangeville outscoring London in this third frame, 13-10. Cheek keeps possession. Now off to Brooks. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 7:15 on the game clock. Brooks is going to miss that one. Taken here by Patterson, and now here come the London Lightning. They're down 69-55. Here's Akeem Wright at the hoop. The slam's no good, but there is going to be a foul call, and it's going to go against the A's.
And that one again is going to go on Justin Moss. That's going to be his 4th foul already in this game. So now Justin Moss finding himself in some trouble. I have a hunch that's going to be him coming out of the game, being replaced by Richard Marty.
2 shots coming up here for Akeem Wright. 3 points to his name so far tonight, and Bill Evans brought it up at halftime, Chris, talking about Akeem Wright maybe being a bit of a black hole in that first half, taking a ton of shots, not necessarily the hot hand for this London Lightning team. And, you know, when you've got Akeem Wright and Akeem Scott, like London did for much of that first half, it's really like having two guards.
Well, Akeem Wright, I found, it's funny Bill mentions the black hole thing, because I actually think Akeem Wright's best served as the guy taking the shot. I had issue with the amount of times he was given the ball. Lightning seem to run a lot of offense through him. Akeem Scott's been doing a good job distributing, though. He actually leads the team in assists. Considering the team hasn't really been getting a ton of assists, that's a pretty notable number.
You see Tyrone Watson finishing it there at the hoop. Nick Okori moving it across. It's going to be interesting to see how the backcourt will shape up for the London Lightning moving forward. I mean, you've got Akeem Scott, Akeem Wright, Nick Okori. Those guys are all starters, no doubt. There's only so many spots for them. Foul. Looks like Wright and Marty were getting into it there in the key. 6:24 left. 55-71. Orangeville A's have the lead. Okori with it. Wright. Trying to back in there. He's got a bit of room. We'll take it up to the hoop, and it's good from Akeem Wright. 6:15 left in the third.
Akeem Wright giving a little stare down to a Marty after that, too.
Marty, a very physical player, and not necessarily welcomed in London for different reasons. Cheek for three. Again, why not? Now up to 25 points on the night. We've still got 6 minutes to go in the third. Okori moves it across, and another foul. This one's going to be against a Marty. Again, that a Marty-Wright matchup.
Both players are kind of giving it to each other. I'm surprised that Marty's gotten the foul both times.
5:52 on the clock. Looks like Eric Copes is coming into the game for the first time. And Marty will make way. Right. On this far side, tries to move around Watson. Runs into Copes there down low. Cheek with it. Moves it around, and it's swatted out. No foul call, but looks like the ball will fall into play off of the London Lightning.
Marcus Capers skied for what he was hoping would be a highlight reel block. Did he ever get high? It ended up hitting him in the armpit, so it probably wasn't as flashy a play as he might have been hoping for, but effective nonetheless.
The jump was too darn high. That's how I would describe that. Kick ball by the looks of it. 5:39 left. 20 seconds of the shot clock still here. Inbound coming. Ooh, very sneaky play from the A's. Cheek will finish. Wow, hot hand. Now 27 points for him. He's 11 for 16 shooting from the field. Okori misses that one, and it's put back there by Evans. Dominic Cheek, 11 for 16 from the field. 5 for 7 from beyond the arc.
Just a hunch, but you might want to get him the ball. Jackson actually missed an opportunity to feed him another shot there.
You can see Jackson taking the shot. Okori takes it off to Tyshawn Patterson. He'll finish at the hoop. 5 minutes to go in the third. Bilal Ben. Okori matching up with him on defense. In motion, Cheek was on this on the far side, and they're going to call a foul. Looks like it's going to go against Cheek. 6 fouls for the Orangeville A's in this quarter. Keep in mind, just 1 for the London Lightning. It'll be important moving forward. We did see both teams get to that point, fouling out rather, in the first half. The fouls will definitely be important moving forward. Patterson to Capers. This is Okori for 3, and it's no good. Taken there by Watson. A good job of boxing up Maxwell there on the far side. Another foul call, and it looks like it's going to be in the matchup between Evans and Copes.
Yeah, this one's going to go on Evans. The ref's calling just about everything going on. Anytime someone on either team tries to post up the opposing team there, that time It was Evans jostling with, I believe it was Bilal Ben, but I could be wrong on that one. And that was just another foul called, as we see Cheek maybe losing a little bit of heat on that shot.
Missing a rare shot, and like Lewis Monks is coming into the game here for the A's. And a little bit of confusion who's making way. It'll be Bilal Ben, who slips on the ground there, and he's back up. Lightning ball, 4:23 left here at Bud Gardens in the third quarter, of course. Capers. This is to a Corey. You got Evans down low. Try to switch it to Maxwell. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 4 minutes to go in the third. Corey stripped. And now here comes Cheek, taking it to the hoop. What a block from Nick Corey.
That was 6'2" Nick Corey getting up there for that swat and saving the London Lightning from finding themselves down yet another 2 points. Unfortunately for the Lightning, they're still down 15, though. That block could only be a start.
And looks like that's going to be a foul against Nick Corey, once again against Cheek. One thing that's been very impressive when it comes to the Orangeville A's is how well they've been inbounding on the baseline. You've seen that they've been able to get it right to the hoop so quickly and so effortlessly, as you saw there.
Well, really, they only had the one hiccup when Akeem Scott picked one off in the first quarter. Otherwise, just about every inbound has ended up in 2 points.
Speaking of which, inbound coming here, Lewis Jackson getting set to distribute. Cheek in motion. This is Eric Copes with his first shot of the game. He'll miss that one. It's taken here by Patterson. Distance 2. Good.
Tyshawn Patterson fired up on that one. Looks like him and Lewis Jackson might have been jawing at each other a bit, because they're both getting a little heated right now. I think Jackson's going to try and take him one-on-one if he can.
Looks like that matchup's coming. Copes right in front of Tyshawn Patterson there. That shot's no good. Watson takes the ball and will throw it out off of Maxwell.
That's one way to get it out of bounds there. He knew he was going to fall out of bounds himself. Usually we see it where a guy will just try to bounce it off. Watson just midair kind of put some heat on it too. Threw it at, I believe that was Marcus Capers.
3. No good from Cheek. Another heat check. Capers moves it down for the London Lightning. Corey. Ooh. Slick. Can't get the shot to go, however. Taken here by Lewis Jackson of the Orangeville A's. Can he work it down low? He will not, but it'll be finished smartly there by Eric Copes.
Kind of odd that London didn't really follow up that the missed shot there by Jackson. Copes, Johnny on the spot, found the ball, knows what to do with it.
Corey. Little head fake there, takes it down low to Evans. Get a post play here above the London Lightning, and it works.
And something I'm surprised they haven't tried more in this game. They've got Maxwell, who's probably the strongest player in the league, and you've got Evans, who just simply is taller than everyone else on the Orangeville A's. They haven't really gone inside to those guys, instead continuing to rely on that 3-ball. I'd just start feeding those guys the basketball and see if they can make something happen.
Lewis Jackson using his speed to get 2 points for the Orangeville A's. So smooth from number 3. Patterson trying to pump up his team. Down 80-65. No good there from Capers. And taken here by Jackson on this near side. Watson takes the ball, takes it up for 2. Orangeville cannot miss right now, 82-65.
Well, just to give you an idea of Orangeville's scoring right now, 24 points in this quarter. They've done a good job of scoring right now, and their shooting is way up. They're actually shooting nearly 50% from the field. And the big number, early in the second, their three-point shooting was around 14%. Now they've got that number up to 35.
Minute 43, Akeem Scott coming into the game, and Tyshawn Patterson taking a seat on the London bench. And Garrett Williamson getting a couple touches. Other than that, it's only Taylor Black who hasn't seen the floor so far tonight. Evans misses that first attempt. That's the Evans' best game as a Bolt came against Orangeville. 16 points and 10 rebounds in that one. That was earlier in the year. Gets the second shot to go, and it looks like there's going to be a substitution here for the London Lightning. Warren Ward coming into the game. The London native is replacing Nick Okori. 82-66. 7 fouls for the Orangeville A's, just 3 for the London Lightning. Third quarter almost finished up here. Jackson. Finish is no good, so London with a crucial stop. See if they can't turn this one around before heading into the fourth quarter. Maxwell moves it up. Capers moves it across, takes it to Scott on this near side. He'll find a lane and he'll drain two.
So quick and just able to sort of bob and weave through traffic right there. Keem Scott, great bucket.
Monks switches the play. Here's Ben. Moving up against Nick Evans. Bit of a mismatch here. Bilal Ben will finish.
Bilal Ben, a very versatile offensive talent. He can kind of hurt you a couple different ways, and right there we saw what was a bit of a mismatch. Him up against Nick Evans. He certainly gave up in the size department there, but able to make the bucket anyway.
See Evans there on the far side having a quick chat with Coach Kyle Julius. Akeem Scott preparing to take 2 shots here from the line for the London Lightning. And the former Brampton A, as you mentioned, a Jamaican national team member, getting that one to go. 19 points on 9 for 16 shooting versus Orangeville in the week. Tonight, 9 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Make that 10. 84-70. London's really got to pull this closer, Chris, if they want to have a chance heading into this fourth quarter.
Well, Orangeville clearly isn't letting up on the scoring, so London has to do something to, I almost thought that was going in. That's the kind of game London's having right now. So London's got to do something to kind of curtail this flood of offense that the Orangeville A's have brought in.
Ooh, Watson swatted, finished there, and looks like that's going to count. Lewis Jackson for 2 and 1 coming.
No, there's no way that counted. The foul was on Watson.
Oh, no basket. My apologies.
I was going to say there, it was clearly when Evans went up against Watson that the foul was going to be called there, because Evans just kind of flailed. I don't know how he thought he might be able to argue that, but instead, Tyrone Watson hanging the line, shooting 2.
Watson, the Hamilton native, getting set here. Cathedral High School grad. High school of other sporting greats is Pat Quinn. And also, I believe, Melissa Chancredi, the Canadian national soccer team members on that team as well. They're from the high school as well. Second shot's good. Tyrone Watson makes it an 85-70 game, 24 seconds left in this third quarter. Scott with possession. He's going to take his sweet time. About 2 seconds of separation between the game clock and the shot clock right now. 5 seconds left on the shot clock right now. Scott takes it up, misses. Ooh, nice finish there from Eric Kibbe. The former Skyhawk gets one off. That shot is no good from Lewis Jackson. So, 85-72. London with still quite a bit of work on their hands in this fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back with the fourth quarter coming up. 85-72. Orangeville with the lead. Fourth quarter just about to begin here at Budweiser Gardens. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth with you tonight. Orangeville looking to get their second win in as many games against the London Lightning after starting the year 0-6 rather against the Bolts.
If you're London, you gotta look at your bench, look at your entire squad, and decide who's gonna step up. Orangeville's had Dominic Cheek step up, 27 points. Nobody on London has more than 11.
Monks tip there from Moss. KB will keep the ball in, but it'll just be handed off to Watson. Some interesting passing here. Bilal Ben will be able to, no, he will not be able to keep it in. That was a strange way to start the fourth quarter.
Well, I mean, the basketball picked up a lot of air miles right there with all the passing going on. It just seemed like it was zipping around like a ping pong ball.
Scott. This is Warren Ward for three. London's really got to get that three ball going. Maxwell will put it back. He'll be fouled. He's going to take a trip to the charity stripe. And Orangeville outshot London 29-27 in that third quarter. London really needed to cut into that lead. Of course, with Orangeville outscoring the London Lightning 41-22 in the second quarter. That's really the story of the game. As soon as the A's caught fire with that three ball, really seemed to get away from the Bolts.
Well, they really put London in a hole, but London hasn't had any sort of answer back to try and crawl out of it. I mean, 72 points in 3 quarters of play is a low number for this London Lightning team. This is a team we've seen put up. They matched Moncton and got 135 points in that game. So, I mean, 73 through 3 quarters and a bit, not really characteristic of London, and they're going to need to step up on the offensive end. And I don't know what it is, but they seem to be trying to do a lot of one-on-one, and it's the same trap they fell into last year, actually, is they tried to do too much one-on-one and they stopped doing the team play. London's always been at their best when they move the ball around. They've got the ball zipping from side to side, left to right. We haven't seen that tonight, and I think that's one of the reasons London struggled. And we talk about the three ball being big for them too. Without that ball movement, the three ball, instead of catching someone off guard or a defender out of position because you've been moving it around, instead you're taking a contested shot because that defender's right there. You know he's going to shoot the ball. He's not going to move it. So London might want to start trying to work on that on offense, or they could just steal it every time.
Akeem Scott at the hoop. That's 2 points for the London Lightning.
Akeem Scott with 2 points that'll probably never come easier. Great effort from Scott. I'd have to check, but he's got a couple of steals here tonight. He's having himself a great game on the defensive end. He just needs the rest of the team to catch up.
Jackson fires it into the corner. Lewis Monks all alone. Can't get that one to go. A big stop here from the London Lightning. A bit of energy in this building now.
They're calling that a charge.
Against Stephen Maxwell.
Okay.
10:43 on the clock. 10-point game. London, desperate need of another stop. Copes on the inbound. Just hands it off, really, to Lewis Jackson, who will bring it across half. Jackson keeps the ball here. Finds a bit of space after he was double-teamed really high. And that's going to be a foul against the London Lightning. So just like that, London up to 2 fouls in this fourth quarter. We've only played a minute and a half. Inbound coming from Watson. Jackson. You can take a 3 there. He draws the double team and tries to make that pass, but it was a kick ball. 14 seconds of the shot clock now. 10:23 on the game clock. What's going to be a foul against Akeem Scott? Oh, my apologies. They're just calling the one from before. Jackson up against Scott here. Draws a double team. Watson will not finish. Collected here by Capers. A very crucial defensive rebound. Another charging. This one's against Akeem Scott, and he is furious with that, as is Kyle Julius and the London Lightning bench.
Well, that's the second questionable charging call there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to blame the refs. Charging, blocking, the difference between the two, hardest call to make in all of sports. So I'm not trying to criticize the ref there, but I thought those last two, he wasn't really square. The player on the Lightning was trying to go around, and I didn't really think either of them were charges, to be honest.
Cheek can't get that one to go. Copes with the rebound. He's blocked there by Marcus Capers. Warren Ward moves it down here for the Lightning. Maxwell trailing along. Oh, he's going to take it to the corner. Good from Akeem Scott.
Akeem Scott fired up. He did not like that charging call, so now he's going to come and answer back. And I think Akeem Scott, when he's angry, can be one of the best players in the NBL, because Akeem Scott, a very emotional player, and when you get him fired up, he gets that eye of the tiger going.
Monks with it. Capers matching up against him. 7 seconds on the shot clock. You can kind of hear it here. The crowd getting into it at Bud Gardens. Copes drains it just at the buzzer there, ending London's 6-0 run to start this fourth quarter.
Eric Copes, of course, the first overall draft pick in the past NBL draft. As we see Warren Ward get the very friendly role, because of course, and now we've got ourselves a ball game. London crawling back into this 7-point lead.
Block from Capers.
Marcus Capers, huge block.
Warren Ward moves it up. Bounce pass. Kibbe, can he finish? He will. It's a ball game.
Hey, remember when it was a 12-point game like 30 seconds ago? Boy, was that a different time. Things have completely swung in the London Lightning's favor. The Orangeville A's now have to find some answers of their own. I actually wouldn't change too much of what Orangeville's doing. I think London's gotten a couple of lucky things going their way. So if I'm Orangeville, this timeout is less about fixing strategy and moving pieces around and figuring out what's going wrong. I think it's more just settle it down, get everyone on like the Lightning bench, everyone in the crowd to just sort of settle down, bring the energy level down, and then they can go back to trying to choke out the momentum and win this game. The London Lightning, again, I thought they were the beneficiary of some very, very lucky rules, but at the same time, they took those two charging calls that I didn't really think were charges, so it kind of breaks even in that way. But the London Lightning doing a good job of working that mid-range game in now. We've seen a lot less chucking from the three-point line, and now we're seeing a lot more structure to their offense, and that's something that I think was missing during that third quarter, and something London's going to want to get back to and continue doing coming out of this timeout.
London outscoring Orangeville 10-2 in this frame so far. Again, we're got about 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in this game. Very quickly, we will just take a quick recap of what's happening elsewhere. Looks like the Miracles are up over the Millrats, 124-123, 1.8 seconds left in that one, just wrapping up. I believe that one went to overtime. Meantime, Windsor and Niagara in a very tight one. 3 minutes to go in the fourth, 89-87 there at the Meridian Center. Here at Bud Gardens, this could be a tight one. Didn't look like it would be, especially heading into halftime after Orangeville let that huge lead go, but here we are. London's battled back.
They're playing the Space Jam theme here. I can't not comment on that. I think they're hoping that the song might have been Michael Jordan's Secret Stuff. That'll get the Lightning going here, but definitely a great choice of music.
We were quiet because we were both just listening to it. We both kind of knew.
And then I ruined it.
Kinda. Cheek with possession. Here's Watson into the corner. Another three. Marty can't finish that one. Very aggressive rebounding there as you see Cheek finishing it for his 28th and 29th points on the night.
Dominic Cheek having one of his best games.
Ooh, what a finish from Akeem Scott.
Speaking of having one of their best games, Akeem Scott also on a roll. And we see the difference for London when they have a guy like Akeem Scott at the point guard position. They're still trying to work out some of the kinks that they've developed since the middle of the year, really. They've struggled a bit. And Marty way too open on that play.
He can't drain it, however. Watson taking a couple swats, and he'll get it to go.
Gives him the gun show on the way back down the court, too. Too strong from Tyrone Watson.
Warren Ward creeps across half, 7:43 left. Kibbe getting some late minutes here. Maxwell finishes. No foul call either. This game is now a 1-point matchup. 7:24 on the clock. Cheek takes it up, and it's good. Of course it would be. Cheek now on 31 points. Warren Ward with it. Dribbles, fires for three. It's good! 7:08, 93-89. Orangeville still with the lead. Cheek. Down low, this is for three. It's no good from a Marty. Kibbe with the rebound. Scott zips across half. Ward's
feeling hot right now. He wants to take the shot.
He'll hand it off to Maxwell. Another hot hand. Can't get that one to go, and it's collected by the A's. Tipped and collected here by Monks. Jackson, 6.5 left. 4-point game. Monks moves around Capers, loses the ball. What's the call? Which way is it going? It's going to go London's way.
Right call, too. It just slipped out of Monk's hands there. London with a chance to bring this within two. It's an opportunity they're going to definitely want to take. One, because winning's good. And two, because they've got a moment here where Orangeville's offense is kind of out of sync. It's the first time since the first quarter that we've really seen Orangeville struggle to put consecutive possessions in the basket. So now London with an opportunity to take advantage, although wild shot.
Nearly had it there, and here comes Maxwell on the finish. He will be fouled on his shot.
But they got to make these free throws. London's still only shooting 63% from the free throw line. They're 12 of 19 from there. And I mean, if you make 4 of those free throws, they've got themselves 7 misses. So if you make just a shade over half of the missed free throws, you've got a tie game right here. That's the importance of free throws, and I'm going to keep saying it until these teams start making their free throws. Because again, that one will go. But London's having troubles again.
Halfway through this fourth quarter, Maxwell with the opportunity to make it a 2-point game, and he will. 93-91. Cheek with some space on the far side. Spins around, looks for some space. This is Jackson with it. Patterson matching up with him on defense. Cheek stripped to the ball. Capers hands it off to Tyshawn Patterson. Is this going to be a tie game? It will be. $93 all. What a fourth quarter, and you see Ward nearly stripping. I believe that was a Marty of the ball, but no dice. 5.5 left. What a fourth quarter by the London Lightning. Turning this one around. Tying it up. Outscoring them 21-10 right now, them being the Orangeville A's. Watson, Kibbe matching up against him. Watson trying to charge at him, and there's going to be a call against Tyshawn Patterson. Foul is quickly becoming an issue for the London Lightning. They're up to 5 now. 5:26 left in the fourth. The Orangeville A's only have 2 to their name so far in this quarter. Nick Okori coming on here for the London Lightning. It looks like Tyshawn Patterson will be making way, but the refs will blow that down. Didn't get the change in time.
I'm not sure why they aren't going to let Okori come in there.
Here come the A's. Watson. He's going to get into the post up against Kibbe. Pushes him. Takes it. No good. Big defensive rebound once again from Eric Kibbe, having a great night on the boards. Watson slipping to the ground there.
I think there must be a wet spot right at the top of the three-point line, because we've seen a couple of players slip there.
I believe you're correct. Sort of where Kibbe's standing right now as he gets set to play the pick. The pass, perhaps too fast from Warren Ward. Stephen Maxwell unable to collect. 2 changes, 1 each. Okori coming in, and it looks like Patterson is making way, or my apologies, that looks like that is Capers making way. Meantime, Marty's coming out of the game. Justin Moss coming back in. Long pass to Watson's completed. Passing seems to be sort of a difficult thing for the A's right now. Tie game, 5 fouls for London, just 2 for the A's. Moss up against Maxwell. Can he score? He will not, but he will go to the line. That's going to be a foul against Stephen Maxwell. His 4th. Keep in mind, Moss with 5 fouls in this game so far. A mere 6 points for the man who averages around 20 per game and who scored 32 here in this building just a few days ago. He's at the line. He misses that one. Orangeville now shooting exactly 50% from the line. Moss gets the second one. Orangeville get a lead here. 4.5 left. Akeem Wright. Or my apologies, Akeem Scott rather. Ward. Cheek matching up against him defensively. The fade from Ward is good.
Huge fourth quarter here for the London Lightning. They're outscoring Orangeville 21-11 in the quarter.
Orangeville electing to calm things down. This is Bilal Ben. Off to Lewis Jackson. Corey matching up against him. Jackson working down low, trying to find some space in the key. He works around to Corey, fires it off to Watson. The ball swatted out, and London will get possession. Another fantastic stop from the Lightning, and they've got a chance to add to their 1-point lead. Of course, Warren Ward. What an incredible night from the Londoner. He now has 20 points. Foul, and everything is going London's way.
I don't know, I think they're saying that one's on London. Nope, they're going to say that's on Orangeville.
So a quick change there. 3:39 on the clock now.
I see pizza. Pizza's helping.
97-94. We mentioned the fouls here in the fourth. 6 for the Lightning, 3 for the A's. Trying to keep that in mind moving forward. Kibbe to Ward. Takes it up for 3. No good. Definitely a heat check for number 10 in white. 97-94. Number 10 in red rather. Cheek misses that 3. And that will fall out of play off of the A's London ball. St. John beat Moncton 126-123. That just happened moments ago. And the other game, just a quick update there. 94-92. The River Lions up on the Windsor Express. 30 seconds to go in that one. Maxwell off to Warren Ward. Again, 20 points for him. He's leading the team. Off to Maxwell. Drains it.
Huge bucket there from Stephen Maxwell. He's stepped it up a lot at the tail end of this game. That's going to give him 18 points, 11 rebounds for yet another double-double as we see a big impact there on the other end. I'm not sure who that was. Looks like O'Corey. And I'm not sure who the Orangeville player was.
I believe it was Kibbe and Jackson. Jackson slow to get up, but he's back up on his feet. And that is going to be a pair of foul shots for him. See him just limping, taking his time. 2:47 left in the fourth. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up in the booth. London and Orangeville down on the court. That first one's good from Lewis Jackson. His first 2 free throws of the night. He's only got 7 points to his name. 5 assists though. Second shot's good. A crucial pair of free throws for the A's. Again, London, if you're just joining us, down by, I believe, as much as 15 points. Even in the third quarter, they battle back in this fourth, outscoring the A's right now by a total of 27-12. Can't get that one to go, and the A's with a nice stop. Jackson takes it up. No good. And London answer with their own stop. 2:15. Corey with possession. This is Kibbe. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Warren Ward, he's the hot hand. Is he going to tip it off here to Akeem Scott? No good. 2 minutes to go here.
Keep an eye on Akeem Scott on the defensive end. He's sitting at 5 fouls right now. And Coach Julius kind of has to leave him in because he's playing so well. But look out for that foul situation as we see a miss there from below Ben.
With the crossover shot, it's no good. Akeem Scott will hand it off to Warren Ward. London looking to add to their lead. Mr. Warren Ward. Another 3 points. Orangeville have to answer back here. 102-96. Foul, and it's going to go against the A's.
They're going to call the charge on that one. The London Lightning may be on the verge of pulling a victory out of what would look like an impossible situation. I don't think I've ever seen a team lose a quarter 41-22 and then find themselves even in the game in the fourth. So the London Lightning could be on the verge of an improbable victory. They just have to survive the next minute and 30 seconds.
They're up 102-96. They've got the ball. You know, Ward's in no rush here to take a shot. 14 seconds on the shot clock right now. Scott with it. 10 seconds now. Takes it up. It's tipped. Collected here by the A's. They got to move quickly. Lewis Jackson, their quickest player, moves it down. Hands it off to Watson. No good. Rattles off of the rim. Maxwell now for the Bolts. Can he put 2 up? And 1.
Well, he certainly can put 2 up, and he might be able to put another one up there, Marty. That's an answer to your question. Stephen Maxwell, again, showing up at a prime time. 20 points, 11 rebounds in this game. About to make it 21 if he can make this shot. And London Lightning just really turned it on. For example, this fourth quarter, they've held Orangeville to only 11 points. And in return, London scored 31 of their own. A 20-point difference in a quarter. Like, as I mentioned, they lost the second 41-22, and now are sitting in position to potentially win this game. That's incredible.
If you're Chris Thomas and the Orangeville A's, definitely not the kind of night that you expected, especially heading into halftime.
Well, I mean, there's failing to close out, and then there's whatever Orangeville did in this fourth quarter. They just simply stopped being able to make the shots. They all went cold simultaneously, and unfortunately, it doesn't look terribly promising. They're down 9, limited time here. One of the big turning points, I think, is looking at Justin Moss fouling out, because even though he wasn't necessarily scoring, and he certainly should have been scoring, he did manage to do a lot on the offensive end in terms of clearing space and drawing attention away. Justin Moss goes out of the game. Now all of a sudden it's not about clearing space and getting attention away. Instead, it's about the fact that Moss isn't there, so we get to focus on playing defense against everyone else. So we've seen London improve in that regard because they haven't had to worry about a threat like Moss. They haven't had to worry about that guy on Orangeville. Cheek went cold, and no one else was really scoring aside from Cheek and the threat that Moss could score. So now London, here with 57 seconds left, looking to close out.
Ben into the corner. This one's pretty much got to go for the A's, and it will. That's Cheek draining that one. He's now up to 34 points on the night. Scott will draw the foul. Maybe a bit of embellishment, but he was moving pretty quickly there.
Until I can hit speeds like that running, I'm not here to judge.
105-99. Inbound coming here from Capers. That's now 6 fouls for the A's. 7 for the Lightning. Ward tries to move around Ben here. He will. He'll take it off. This is Maxwell. He's fouled on the shot.
There was poster potential on that play. We've seen Maxwell pretty much jump over people before, so Stephen Maxwell trying to add to his dunk collection there.
He had the one dunk against Orangeville during the week, and there is video of it. The London Lightning have posted it on their social media, and it is something to behold. You almost won't believe it, just with how he came into the dunk, but it's just an incredible play.
Well, based on the Superman logo they put on Stephen Maxwell, you would believe a man can fly.
Chris Croucher, wordsmith, 106-99. I know, I was also quiet. People at home didn't even know what to think.
That's for that terrible joke in the second quarter. We're good now.
Yeah. That was funny. 107-99. A quick timeout here. When you look at the Orangeville A's schedule, they're in Niagara on Thursday. Meantime, London taking on Niagara. They're hosting them the night before on Wednesday. As I mentioned before, really interesting how the schedule works out, because Orangeville is actually going to play London over around a 2-week span. They're going to play them 3 straight games. There's no games in between, just London, London, London on their list. And that's kind of interesting, especially considering if these two teams end up playing in the first round,
it'll be London, London, London. Just like that. It's going to end London again. Yeah. So, Orangeville and London again are going to face off in the playoffs, most likely.
Yeah.
So looking at what we've seen from the past 2 games, Orangeville has probably 7 quarters of really great tape. London, on the other hand, has 1. So if we're talking about being able to research the 2 teams here, Orangeville's got a lot going. But this 4th quarter is some really bad tape.
Yeah.
And the London Lightning, again, showing why they're the number 1 team. And you know what? It kind of sounds ridiculous that 1 quarter might absolve them of 3 not so good quarters, but here we are now. London Lightning, 36 seconds left, up 9.
Watson fires it across. Block from Nick Okori on cheek. 107-99. London having a 4th quarter I don't think that we've ever seen in terms of utter dominance over this A's team. Tipped from Scott. 17 seconds on the shot clock for the A's. Yeah, again, so there's a 2-week stretch. Last 2 weeks in April, Orangeville plays London 3 times. They're going to play Niagara to end the season, but in theory, they could end up playing London as many as 8 times over the span of a month. The fade. No good from Bilal Ben.
Ooh.
Some rough stuff down low.
Ooh,
they're going to chip it off to Ward. Yeah, Maxwell's on the floor. Big slam from Warren Ward.
Right now we're looking at Stephen Maxwell, though. Him and Akeem Scott slow getting up.
That was a fantastic dunk, but unfortunately a lot of people were looking back at the other end of the court. Maxwell down on the ground. He's just checking on his socks here. Looks like he's okay.
Of course, we're concerned with Maxwell. He did have that concussion not all that long ago after landing heavily on his head against Halifax. So I think they're going to pull Maxwell out just as a precaution here.
Evans will come in. 21 seconds left in this game. 109-99. The crowd making quite a bit of noise as the A's maybe try to score one at the death here, maybe try to get the ball back. Ben hands it off to Watson. It's tipped. This is Cheek. He will not get the call. The ball will fall out off of Nick Okori. 10 seconds to go.
This one just about done. 10-point lead, 10 seconds left. Just got to close out the clock. Although Jameson Tipping steps onto the court. T-shirt and track pants still on.
And a hat as well.
Looked like he wanted the ball there.
So the London Lightning move up to a record of 20-10. The Orangeville A's go down to a record of 10-23. Number 10 in white, Warren Ward. Right after that massive dunk, really energized this crowd. 110-99. He's now got 26 points to his name tonight.
And they're just going to wind down the clock here. That'll do it.
London with a massive win against the Orangeville A's here at Budweiser Gardens. You're seeing some respect there from Capers and also handshakes on the London Lightning bench as well. Make it final, 110-99.
And we're here on the post-game show again, 110-99. Marty Thompson and Chris Croucher up here in the booth with you for this one. Chris, a fantastic performance from the London Lightning in that fourth quarter.
Well, that fourth quarter alone was incredible for the London Lightning. They were destroyed in that second quarter, and it really is impressive the way they were able to rally in that fourth quarter and pretty much just shut down an Orangeville team that had seemed impossible to stop through the first three quarters. They'd had trouble shutting down that Orangeville offense, and instead now it's the London Lightning, after holding the Orangeville A's to only 11 points in the fourth quarter, find themselves with an improbable victory. And if they do head into playoffs and that is indeed the matchup, that's a huge confidence booster going in, knowing that in one quarter you can beat a team.
That being said, those first three quarters were not ideal. Kyle Julius will not be happy with that. What needs to be said about London Lightning's performance in the first three quarters of this game?
Well, again, those first three quarters are some pretty bad tape there. Looking at their offense, I think there was way too much one-on-one. They tried way too hard to have just one player shooting the ball. There was no movement. There was no flow. There was no sense that either team had been really trying to push the ball around until that second quarter when Orangeville started doing it. But London failed to do that until the fourth. But boy, when they started moving the ball, everything just started to flow for them. And I think Akeem Scott needs a special shout out, because not only did he do a good job of running the offense, but he also was able to play disciplined defense. He had 5 fouls to his name with about 3 minutes left in that fourth quarter. And instead of fouling out, he made a couple of big threes and closed out the game and played good defense. So it was again, 3 quarters were not great for the London Lightning. I'm sure Coach Julius is going to give him something to work on. And if I'm Chris Thomas, I'm going to look at 3 quarters for Orangeville and say you did a good job. But ultimately it comes down to that fourth quarter. London won and Orangeville lost it. And with that went the game.
And with that, that'll just about wrap us up here at Budweiser Gardens. So the London Lightning next game will be here at Budweiser Gardens against the Niagara River Lions on Wednesday. So for myself, Chris, and for everyone behind the scenes, thank you very much for tuning in. The final, 110-99.